this episode that we normally do, our full review, is based around Erase, the quote-unquote top anime of the season, most popular anime of the season. Oh, great, it's so great. Oh, da, 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 da. Anyway, so...
Not anymore. The internet changed its mind, guys.
I have words on that.
This happens.
I have words on that. But, anyway, so let's start with a recommendation of Erased.
Erased?
Erased is a simple anime about a guy who has the ability to time travel and goes back in time and tries to save people.
Yeah, Erased is one of those animes you gotta, like, you can show your family and stuff, because it's very similar to a movie. They very much tried to be a movie with this kind of thing, with this. Like, it's not really what you'd expect an anime to be, usually. There's very few... Well, there's normal TV tropes all over the place, but there's very few anime tropes in this.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys think in a non-spoilery way, before we get into the meat of things?
First and foremost, I really wish I would have watched this all at once in a binge watch instead of episodically, because as I watched it episodically, I started to not be into it more and more. Not as much because it got less interesting, it's just I can't keep my focus for that long. Like, I can't go that many weeks and stay interested in a show. It just doesn't work for me. So, my opinion on this is very skewed by that. I will put that out there.
I'm coming from the opposite side, where
I think it kind of ruined the show for me.
Where I feel that if I binged it, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed this week to week, because the feelings of getting the week to week of cliffhanger and then having to wait that time.
Oh yeah, it did cliffs pretty well.
It does do cliffs pretty well, but I just get disinterested if I have to wait.
That's the thing.
I
where
can't do it.
Well, the issue is if it has a bad episode, then you're not really excited to see it next season, and then you kind of just have to force yourself if you want to keep watching it all.
Or you have a little Andrew on your shoulder that just drags you to the TV.
Andrew on your shoulder. You have a little neurotic in the group who kind of like just drags you and goes, "Watch it, watch the shows."
Yeah, and we were better off with that.
Well, yeah, for the podcast, obviously.
I probably would have stopped watching this show around episode 5.
And then totally forgotten about it. And
I would have finished it. I would have...
I don't know, Dawson.
Around like 2 weeks down the road, I probably would have gone back and watched the rest of it.
I don't know, Dawson. You have a track record of a list.
No, I have a track record of finishing stuff, too.
Okay, because every time I've talked to you...
Most shows that are weekly, 2 things happen. I either drop a show after getting a decent way into it, and I don't drop it, it just sits on my on-hold list. But there's also a lot of stuff I finished, like Hibiki, what's it called? Origaru, 2nd season, Log Horizon, 2nd season, Sword Art, 2nd season, Absolute Duo. There's a lot of things I've finished that I didn't finish right away when they ended.
Wait, you finished Absolute Duo?
Yeah, like, afterwards.
After
the fact.
Why?
I caught up.
That was a chapter in his life he needed to close the book on.
Yeah.
We've had... this whole time I'm sitting here, I've always had the conception...
You know I haven't finished Mushishi yet, right? Or Space Dandy, the 2 things I listed on my top 5.
Which is... Yeah, that's weird to me.
Okay, first of all, Mushishi is not that weird. Because Mushishi is super episodic. And so
I understand Mushishi is really good, and I really like what I've seen of Mushishi, but I just...
You go one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time.
But right now we're not talking about Mushishi or Space Dandy or actually all that other stuff.
I'm on the last episode.
Or we're still on Erased.
Yeah, we're still on Erased.
So, yeah, basically I enjoyed Erased, but I think I would have enjoyed it more episodically, and that doesn't tell you a lot about it, so I'm sorry about bringing that up.
That was kind of a tangent, honestly.
Yeah, it was hugely a tangent.
Yeah, because the thing is,
I apologize for that.
It's up to the person, where I'm a person who prefers...
this is at the beginning, so we can have all the actual content after this.
But I prefer to be the person who... I prefer the show that always watched episodically. Because when you get that cliffhanger, when you get those drops, and then you have to sit there and you think about it, it's like, okay, you know what? Like, you kind of have to... You think about it through the week, and you kind of like, why? It kind of gives you that excitement in life that you're missing.
I mean, I have other things to give me excitement. I don't know.
My life isn't that meaningless.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty meaningless, but it's not that meaningless.
Speaking of meaningless lives, no,
yeah, I know.
Let's talk about our characters.
Main character is... See, this is the other problem with episodic shit. don't remember what happened.
Yeah, okay,
Maybe he was just not
Actually,
memorable.
no, this goes...
No, I'm just kidding.
No, he was memorable.
This goes down to actually memory issues. Because I have a really good long-term attention
the
span.
tangent's still going.
Attention span on this. I know, but this isn't overall talking about...
I know.
Like, seasonal versus binging. Like, weekly versus binging. While other people, like, I know Connor. Not you, Connor. The other Connor.
No, me, Connor. I have a horrible attention span, except when it comes to anime and stuff like that.
But yeah, like...
Even then, sometimes.
With me, it's names. Like, honestly...
Well, I can't remember names, but I can't remember plot developments either.
But
I just remember the feelings I had, and that's the problem with episodic stuff, is I can't remember the feelings because they didn't all happen at once. And then I kind of lose that. I don't know.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel... Again, it comes from two different sides where this is why we're watching weekly things.
And why? Why can't I just wait?
Because...
No, I'll watch things weekly, but I'll do it. It's just I don't
like it.
I finish so much less stuff that I watch weekly than I finish stuff that I decide to watch not weekly.
But this is the whole thing we're doing.
I know. I can't change that. But
yeah, and the issue here is that if I start watching something with you guys and it lasts for a prolonged amount of time of watching it with you guys, I can't keep watching that by myself.
Because he's like, what they were talking with me about it before, but now they won't.
But now they're not.
And I would just sit there going like, I'm really bored now.
Yeah. It's alright. Whenever Andrew finishes something, he has to go, Connor, watch this now. You're like the only one who was watching it with me.
That's why I live in a separate apartment.
Not next year, hopefully.
Shh, I have a room.
This is getting too personal.
I have a room. Yeah, it is.
Cut the video here. Cut the video. Or the audio.
Feed, whatever.
It depends where you're coming from, but someone doesn't want to post on Podbean anymore.
I post on Podbean.
You posted?
No.
I have all the downloaded files, and I was gonna do that over spring break, but I got busy.
Don't we have more people who like us on Podbean?
No.
I mean, not after this episode, but...
No, we would if you kept posting to it.
But so, our recommendation on the race, after that little tangent, let's actually start the recommendations.
I don't know what to talk about.
So,
I'm sorry. I can't.
This is why this is a wrap up kind of tangent video. This is not an erased review. Run.
Yeah, please don't.
This is an erased review.
okay.
It is not.
No, we are
If
doing
you
this.
have it
We are
left.
doing this. Okay. We're doing this.
We're just gonna end up talking about the last couple episodes, though.
Okay. We can
no,
go
okay.
over the
general
first.
No, general thoughts and recommendations.
Okay. The ending sucked.
I didn't say this.
That's not the time.
How is that a spoiler?
This is not the time for that.
The ending fucking sucked. Right? Everything up to that
Okay,
point
you know what?
was decent.
Let's
but
do
the
this
ending
out of
was
order.
Garbage.
Let's just do this out of order. You
No.
know what? Let's just talk about our race.
This is a general recommendation. You will enjoy this anime till the end, and then you'll just be like, "What the fuck? Why?" That was so. And it's not like what the fuck as in, "Oh, that's such a crazy ending." It's what the fuck as, "Why is there so many ass pulls when nothing is going on at the end?" Sorry.
And I'm coming from the other side where I went, yeah, those episodes are pretty strong. I like those last couple episodes.
We'll
I
talk about
can't
that
tell
later.
if I actually didn't like the last couple episodes or I was just bored because I've been watching it weekly. This is why I can't give a unbiased review of Erased.
I'm more into episodic episodes, so that doesn't really ever bother me. I always go, okay, what are the merits of this episode on its own? And how does it...
I don't even remember specific episodes when I watch things. Like, I just watch all of it and I'm like, damn, that was cool.
Well, Dawson's not adding anything meaningful to this conversation.
I'm probably not
So-
for quite a while.
So you know what?
guys
Okay,
do
Connor,
something.
would you recommend
Help.
Erased? Would you recommend Erased to anybody? I'm gonna just cut the recommendation part in a weird
If
way.
you have nothing else to watch and you want to watch... if you like time traveling, like, a lot...
It's got a really good opening.
Okay.
It's decent.
And
pretty
the
good.
part of time traveling you like isn't the time traveling itself, but the whole being back and being a kid again kind of thing.
If you like kind of thrillers and mysteries and kind of the...
If you like that episode that most TV shows have when the character gets turned into a kid, then you'll love this show.
If you like time travel, you're not gonna like this show.
No, this does not have to do with time travel.
It really doesn't. Honestly, you could just I see no reason not to watch Erased.
Erased is an actual decent show that I rated at least an 8 out of 10. So
I'm going to quote both you and say there's better things you could be watching.
I do say that a lot.
honestly, if you haven't watched Steins Gate,
Yeah, just seriously
go watch Steins Gate. Like,
and I'm sitting here having not watched Steins Gate.
No. Like both of those,
And there's another anime I want to say, but I can't because it's spoilers that time travel is even a thing.
Wait.
Is it one we've talked about?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Wait, which one?
The other one
You
with
can
child
figure
murder.
it out, Andrew.
Oh. If you want to know, go watch our October issue of...
Oh yeah, our Halloween issue.
Our Halloween issue. But, this is one of those animes where it's when somebody brought it, when I was watching a video and somebody brought this up and I went, but they didn't relate it in the same way. But when I thought about it in my head, I'm like, the reason why I probably like The Race so much is because you took two of my favorite things, which is 20th Century Boys and Steins Gate, which I've both rated 10 out of 10s on both a manga and an anime scale, and then you put it into a show. I was like, yeah, I like this.
So it's like Haruka and Chika if it was kind of good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people said it was good.
I saw a joke from it that I enjoyed. It was a funny gif.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that
yeah,
for
we'll
our
get to
Fallen
that.
Soldiers. So.
Oh, and to add on to the ending being shit, it's one arc. It's like one big arc that ends.
So okay. So in
Sorry.
a general
You just keep
recommendation,
harping on that.
in a general recommendation,
That's why it makes a difference. Because I hate the Kaiji ending too, but that's multiple arcs, and we'll get to that next week. Sorry.
But so for me, I would
This
say
is a
this is an anime that if you wanted to show your family, if you wanted to if you were new to anime,
And you feel like they'll drop it halfway anyways. But
Anybody can watch
But they'll
Erased.
judge you based on what you showed them. This is probably a good one to show.
yeah.
Actually, yeah. The biggest thing I have to say about Erased is anybody can watch Erased.
Yeah.
Like, literally anyone can watch Erased.
But
And be
it's
like, you know what? This is kind of cool.
This is
This
an
is kinda
anime
cool.
that if somebody comes up to you and just says anime is just softcore porn, you show them this anime.
Basically, if you need a gateway anime, but people think Cowboy Bebop looks too old, I guess it's alright.
This works.
Okay. This is gonna be one hell of an edit, but anyway. So
You're not gonna edit this motherfucker.
You're not gonna edit.
No, I'm gonna edit it for the
DSP
recommendation.
the shit out of
No,
this.
I'm gonna for the recommendation section only. I will edit it, but for our actual long one, I won't edit it.
And just like once you guys start stabling out and quit being little spurgs right here, well.
So
I'm
moving
sorry,
on.